Hey there, I thought I would spend some time and share my experiences when I owned a Yamaha Tenere 700. I owned the bike for about a year and I absolutely love the bike. And in fact, in 2021, um, it was kind of the hottest bike in the market. And I looked everywhere to find one, to buy one, and there were just none available. So that led me to the KTM 890, which I've already done a review on. But now I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about the hype and the excitement and the reality of owning a Yamaha Tenere. Um, when I first saw the bike, I saw some reviews on YouTube by Fortnine, and great reviews, great information, great geometry of the swing arm, and great power, and just all those things. And all those things were true. And in fact, the very first time I took that bike on, I think it was the Hurley, when you come up on the Hurley Road, you immediately hit a really awful set of washboard. And I remember very distinctly just how well planted the rear wheel felt on that washboard. And I was following a guy on an 890, and I could see and hear his chain slapping all the way up it as he was, working his way up the washboard. But on the Tenere, holy cow, it was smooth. It was just planted, no noise, no bouncing. It was amazing. I thought, wow, okay, that part was really true. The other things that I really remember liking about the Tenere, I love the way it looked. I'm going to put some pictures in here of my bike once I got it all done up with all the camel ADV and Moscow Moto bags and everything. Like, I just loved the bike. It was fantastic. The other things I really liked about the bike, the suspension. I actually upgraded the suspension with at Suspension Works. I dropped about $2,600 into it. So that is for sure something you need to be aware of if you buy the Tenere. Probably needs a suspension upgrade. Out of the box, it's not, it's okay, but you can definitely do more with it if you upgrade the suspension. But what I liked about it, immediately coming off the 890, was just how smooth and how easy it was to drive on the highway. The engine didn't have all those awful sounds and clanks and clunks that a KTM engine creates when you're driving it. I upgraded the exhaust to a Camel ADV, and I love the sound of it. I loved the throttle response. I loved how simple the console was. It was one button to turn off ABS. It was just really a great bike to own, and so easy to ride. No issues whatsoever. Again, I love the look of it. I love the headlight. The lights were so bright at night. The indicator lights were stupid. They look stupid. And I think I put Denali T3, I think, lights on it, just for a little bit more conspicuity on the road, and just better in general. I definitely put a lot of money into the bike. I put every Farkle on it from Camel ADV and other suppliers, Perrin, Moto, rear rack, and everything. It's fantastic. Great bike. I ended up selling it though, because I found that it was too heavy for me, and it was very top heavy. And I felt that, I'm about 5'10", and my legs are about a 32 inseam. I didn't lower it, but it for sure, every time I got to any uneven ground, I always felt that I was gonna fall over, and most times I did. And because it's very top heavy and it lays very flat, I found that in muddy situations or uneven terrain situations, trying to pick up the bike, it exhausted me. And on one ride up around Lillooet in April, we hit so much mud and clay, and I dropped the bike so many times. And after it, I was just like, I had to make a different move to a different bike. And so I only put about 5,000 kilometers on the bike. Everything about it, top notch, great bike. Everyone that rides those bikes ride them well. And it's definitely on me. That bike was not the right bike for me. And I'm glad I was able to kind of make that determination and have the ability to sell it and buy a new bike, which I ended up buying a KTM 690, which I'll review next. But all in all, the Tenere 700 is an amazing machine. I highly recommend it, but be aware of its height and the tall center or the high center of gravity. And guys like Mike Barnett and Fatty and many others, Peter Nuxka, all those guys, like they do amazing things on the Tenere. It just wasn't for me. So thumbs up on the Tenere. I hope this information was useful, and have a great afternoon.